Do you want to go for a ride? Do you want to go on an adventure today? I think we're getting ready to take the dogs on an adventure. Say, guess what we're doing today? Thank you so much for those woos. We are taking the dogs on a day trip. Load them up. Let's go. Oh my goodness, let's go.
Right here?
Let's go.
Yeah, I guess you're going in first.
Right.
Bye.
I'm in.
All right, Memphis.
And
Oh, you want to go?
Memphis gets to fly. I'm flying.
Come on, step on over, good girls.
Ready? Let's go.
If you haven't figured it out yet, we're on a boat. All of us. The dogs and Jamie and Greg and I were on a boat and we are heading to Mackinac Island for the day with the dogs. It was a beautiful day, so we loaded up the dogs, headed up to St. Ignace, got on the ferry boat, and now we are heading to Mackinac Island.
Eleanor's still terrified of him. Don't like some horses, Elle? It's just a big doggo. It's just a big dog. That's all it is. It's a big dog. I'm telling you.
Mackinac Island is extremely dog friendly. If you do not know this though, there are no cars on the island. People have to get around the island by either walking, riding a bike, or those beautiful horse and carriages, which you will see a lot of in this video. Part of the reason we love bringing the dogs here is because they get to see those horses. And don't worry, those horses could care less about our dogs, and most of the time, our dogs could care less about the horses. So one of the first things we did when we got there was get the heck out of downtown Mackinac. The ferry pretty much dumps you right off into the middle of downtown, which can sometimes be congested and chaotic, so we usually hit the trail and get out of downtown. One of the things we really wanted to see while we were here were the lilacs, and we were here towards the end of the lilac season, but we still did get to see quite a few, and I got some really cool photos of the dogs in front of some of the lilac bushes, which of course I will insert here. You can also follow us on our Instagram to see more photos like this. The next stop we made was the Somewhere in Time Gazebo. If you do not know, there was a movie called Somewhere in Time. It was from like the 80s, I believe, with Christopher Reeves, you know, Superman. He filmed on Mackinac Island, and this gazebo was from that movie. And a lot of people who know and love Mackinac Island know this gazebo. It's kind of hidden in this little area here. There are signs letting you know that it's there, but right behind this, there's a little hiking trail that you can take, and you can get a gorgeous view of downtown Mackinac Island. We also were standing there as they were getting ready to fire the cannons at the fort, so we hightailed it out of there real quick. We knew we were going to be spending quite a bit of time on the island, so we made sure to pack lunch for the dogs. We also knew we would be taking quite a few breaks because, you know, you can see Memphis is wearing her braces. She did really, really good on the island, but we wanted to make sure to relax and give them all the time we could. And we listened to the horses walk by. Just listen to this.
Hey, I'm closing like an hour, so don't count on it, okay? Of course, my second stop.
So because the dogs had just ate their lunch and they're not allowed to do any crazy activity right after eating, Memphis laid down to take a nap. The other dogs harassed Greg for some snacks, and we took a short little, like 20-minute break before we continued on. See, I wasn't kidding when I said you'd see a lot of horses and carriages. There are horse taxis, there are private carriage tours, there are group carriage tours. We had to let this one go by before we could actually continue our walk. Memphis wasn't done napping anyway. So you may not know this, but there are more than 70 miles of trails on Mackinac Island. There are so many trails, so many different things to see. We headed down the trail to walk through the woods. We walked by the governor's mansion, and of course passing many horse carriages along the way, which was super fun. And we were actually heading to Surrey Hill because we wanted to see the Carriage Museum on Surrey Hill.
Here come some more horses. Hi, buddies.
So when we got up to the Carriage Museum, we made sure that the dogs could also walk around in here with us. It's a very big open building with a lot of open doors. There are a lot of historical carriages in here that are really cool to see, but also at the top of Surrey Hill, which you'll see in a moment here, is the Wings of Mackinac. Now, the dogs are not allowed inside the Wings of Mackinac, but since we've been taking multiple breaks with Memphis, it was the perfect time for Memphis to sit outside and take a break. Of course, Eleanor and Kira sat outside as well, and Greg and I went inside the Wings of Mackinac to check out the butterflies. It was such a cool experience.
What do you think, Elle? She's like, if I don't look at them, then they're not scary.
Yes, Eleanor is still a little bit afraid of the horses, so the dogs got a rest, and then we headed down this little road here, which takes you by a bunch of the stables. It's a really cool area to walk, and we ended up at the Grand Hotel. This is like the feature spot on the island that a lot of people come here for. This hotel actually has the world's longest front porch. I don't know why I think that's so cool, but I do. And of course I had to sit the dogs down in front of this and do a little photo shoot as well because, you know, why not? We're here, right? It actually costs $12 to walk around the grounds of the Grand Hotel, and they don't allow dogs, so this is the best spot for me to stop and take pictures of the dogs. So the road right here next to the Grand Hotel, if you follow it all the way down the hill, by the way, there are a lot of hills on this island if you do not know this, follow this road all the way down and it is going to take you right back into the heart of downtown, into Main Street, into Downtown Mackinac Island. And as I said before, this is the most congested part of the island. If you come to the island and you want to experience kind of what you saw in this video, get outside of downtown. There are a lot of shops downtown. Most of them are pet friendly. There are a lot of places to eat in Mackinac Island. Most of them are pet friendly as well and have pet friendly patios, or you can always grab a bite to eat and then head to one of the parks and sit at a picnic table. There are so many options for people who are traveling here with pets. And if you do not know, Mackinac Island is very well known for its Mackinac Island fudge, so we did run into a fudge shop and grab some fudge, and after walking down Main Street, checking out a few of the horses, we head back to the ferry docks because, if you remember, we had to take a boat to get to the island, which means we have to take a boat to get back off of the island.
Hi, Kira. Hi, Eleanor. Hi, Memphis.
Now, one of the other things you may not know is most of these boats have two tiers, so you can either ride down below like we did on the way in, or on the way back, we decided to be brave and ride up top. And we were in a very long line, so Greg and Kira sat in front of us. Jamie and I actually got to sit next to each other. Look at Kira. She's just so happy. She loves being on this boat. Fair warning, if you ride up on top, it can be very windy. These boats go very fast, but the view from up here is absolutely worth it. After getting off the boat, we loaded the dogs in the car and we went to Burger King because we don't have one at home. And we just wanted something quick and easy so we could get on our ride and make it back home.
Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
Memphis did absolutely amazing for this trip, but all of the dogs were pretty exhausted for our ride home.
Good girl.
Speaking of our ride home, we saw a gorgeous rainbow that actually ended up being a double rainbow at one point and a rainbow all the way across the road at one point. It was pretty cool.
And with that, we are officially home.
So according to my little watch thing, we did about 5 miles total on the island. We were there for just over 5 hours. We did about 5 miles. We took a lot of breaks, as you saw, because Memphis needs them. She ain't no spring chicken no more, are ya? You ain't no spring chicken no more. You got to see horses and all the fun things. We had so much fun. The other girls are chilling out. We just got home not long ago. Jamie just went to take our friend Greg home, who came to the island with us. That's who else you saw in the video. Most of you who watch the vlog channel know who he is, but he came to help us out with the dogs. Oh, you got something in your eye. I get it for you. There go. Hi, how you doing? But yeah, so that was our trip to Mackinac Island with the dogs. If you guys would like to see some of the other day trips and things that we've done with the dogs, there'll be a playlist at the end of this video and down in the video description below. And now I am going to get Memphis's percussion massager and I'm going to give her a massage. So we hope you guys enjoyed today's video. As always, thanks so much for watching. Thanks for subscribing. Stay positive, dream big, and we will see you again soon. Say goodnight, Potty.